Good morning or afternoon if you're watching us on replay at 3 p.m. It's a Monday.
It is, in fact, a Monday.
Are you okay? Did you have a good Father's Day?
The best.
What did you do for your Father's Day?
Just had the best day. Best weekend.
Oh, that's awesome.
They pampered me.
Oh, good.
Just
Did you get your nails done and
I was
everything?
spoiled, yeah. Yep. No, it was awesome. Good weekend. Hope you had a great weekend, too. Let's see, a little peek into my Father's Day. A lot of just hanging around the house. We didn't do much, didn't go anywhere. We had big dinner out Saturday night. Went to my favorite Italian place in town, Vito's.
Ooh,
no free ads.
Italian.
Pay full boat. This isn't me trying to get anything. But gosh, I love that place.
Yeah.
And so we enjoyed that. And then Sunday was just watching U.S. Open golf, and I love that. And grilled a little bit, but I like to grill. That's therapy for me.
Okay.
I like to cook, so
It wasn't like work.
No, not work at all. And though I did do some yard work, like wife did put her foot down a little bit.
Really?
Yeah, you need to get out in the backyard, pressure wash a few things. So I mean,
Whoa, that's like intense work.
Yeah, we had to do some things. Still have to get done.
I mean, I guess.
Have to get done, and then it opened up the rest of my afternoon. A couple White Claws by the pool.
That sounds perfect.
It was great.
Yeah.
It's a great day. Thank you. I know you went on a little trip.
We did. So we were traveling yesterday, but before we went to the airport, my dad, total like history nerd, we got to go see the Mayflower replica at Plymouth.
Nice.
Totally dad-coded, dad-core, like all for him. Like
Really?
he truly, I think he
Just
had a great
loved it.
day. Oh yeah.
Was
And then
he-
we went to the museum.
Was he wearing white New Balances? Does he wear those?
No, he's a Florida dad. Flip-flops only.
Flip-flops only.
Flip-flops only.
Good for
Doesn't
him.
matter what kind of pants or getup he has.
Flip-flops only.
In fact, actually, fun fact about him.
Okay.
One reason why he wanted to start his own company and his own business was so they couldn't tell him what to wear, so he could show up barefoot if he wanted to.
That's great.
It's a total Florida
Gosh,
man.
that's just aspirational. I love it. That is good stuff. So, did you see Plymouth Rock itself?
Yeah.
And?
It was more like
What-
Plymouth Pebble.
Right. I think you get there thinking, oh, I'm going to see this massive boulder, this height of, American experience, and it is
On
it's-
America 250, like
Yeah,
it really felt like it was coming together, and
It's an interesting thing. I mean, it's a cool, like, oh, here I'm at the spot, but like, yeah, it's
well, then someone when we were all like staring down at the rock,
yeah.
one woman asked the park ranger there, "How do you know this is the rock?" And
Yeah.
he goes, "What do you mean?"
Oh dear.
And she goes, "I mean, so you know this is the rock?" And he goes, "Well, no, actually, there's no accounts from the pilgrims that there ever was even a rock."
So there we
So
go.
what are we all traveling to?
things
There's no-
from history
They don't
books
actually
that
know if it's the rock.
we learned about in elementary school for some reason, and sometimes tales get twisted.
Yeah, I mean, that's what he said pretty much. He was like, later on, like 100 years later, there was like stories passed down of the rock, but no actual pilgrim ever wrote down or anything about any sort of rock.
As we continue into the tourism section of this Weather Impact live stream, did you go to Salem?
That's where my dad is right now.
Oh, okay.
So
he's doing the witch stuff
So my
today?
mom and dad got to stay.
Yeah.
I had to come back to work. I get
Yeah.
it. Got to pay my bills. He's retired now. So.
Yeah.
They did that because I am related to a witch, a Salem witch.
Nice.
And so today's his birthday. How hard is it for me?
Father's Day plus
and then birthday. It's like, oh,
Gets
presents.
expensive. Yeah, you do need to work. You got to pay some
I gotta
bills.
get back to work. But that's how he wanted to spend his birthday today. They are in Salem, so we can learn about the Southwick. I think it was Cassandra Southwick was the witch of Salem.
Really?
Yeah.
That explains a lot, Lee.
Yeah. Oh yeah, you better watch out. I can cast some spells.
It explains why you get the forecast right all the time.
Thank
Witchcraft.
you. Witchcraft.
Yeah, not
You know,
genius.
if something bad
it's
happens
witchcraft.
to you, think if you were mean to me.
I will do my best not to be. We'll do my best not to be. So what are we leading off with? Where are we going?
I think, on the tourism side, I think people come in for our beautiful waters,
100%.
fishing, heading out on the boat. Look how nice it looks.
Looks good.
Mayport.
Mayport look. That's from the Heckscher Drive side looking over the St. Johns River. Cool camera there at the JFRD docks. And looks like a beautiful day. Heating up. We know that.
Yeah, we really are
we're already
heating up.
near 80 degrees. And maybe the beach, today kind of with that southwest west sort of steering flow. I don't know if you're going to get much sea breeze relief today, honestly. It's going to be pretty
No.
hot on the sand, pretty humid on the sand too. So
These are our heat index values already at 10:30 a.m.
yeah, I have a little dialogue bubble that goes up over my head with a question mark in it every time I look at McClenny. I think there's something up there
It's either in direct sunlight
with
or
the
something's
sensor.
wrong.
Yeah, because it's off the charts.
Too.
Yeah,
Palatka does it sometimes.
yeah. Where McClenny, we've seen heat index values like 116. I'm just like, where everybody else is like 105, and I'm just like, maybe not. But nonetheless, still pretty uncomfortable out there if you're having to exert yourself outdoors over these next few days for a few hours at a time. You got to take breaks.
And, usually we can say that rain is Mother Nature's air conditioning. Dry right now, but man, when I was gone, I was getting all the weather alerts. There were a lot of storms popping up.
Big time, yeah. Saturday, even Sunday. Sunday we'd been talking about kind of maybe being the break from the rain. What happens Saturday? I did go to a store Saturday. Had to go purchase some necessities, and the guy behind the counter, it was like 4 p.m, and the guy behind the counter on Saturday was like, "I thought you said it was going to rain." And I was like, give it a couple hours. You know what I mean? But it is interesting, like the social science element of meteorology, like the communication of it. I mean, like Saturday generally was a really, really nice day. Now, Southeast Georgia got the showers and storms a little bit earlier. Out west got a little bit earlier. But around the metro, Clay, Duval, St. Johns County, it was 6, 7 o'clock. So you really did go through your entire day.
Yeah.
And then it did rain. And it rained a good bit Saturday and Sunday. But, it's that communication. We got to, get that timing for you. We're working on, nailing down when in the afternoon. So that way, 6, 7 o'clock is not quite as impactful as a weekend rain as opposed to like a 2, 3 o'clock. Right. So thoughts that we have as we reflect.
Let's talk about timing today.
Yeah.
Here's a look at our one model showing it starting to roll into our inland areas by around 3, 4 o'clock.
Mm-hmm. Is that initiating there, or is it initiating over 95 and then pushing back to the west?
Here we go. It's going to push to the east.
Pushing back to the east, yeah.
So you see it comes in, and then it pushes east, and then maybe 5 o'clock, I-95, some spots. So maybe some of you having some impacts around the evening commute, and then it continues to push offshore.
Yeah. Yep, another day of it, and really today technically, I'm not going to say drier. I'm just going to say less wet. In layers of the atmosphere. So, maybe the rainfall amounts aren't quite as high. Maybe, it's a little more short-lived and quicker moving. If you get caught underneath one of these, maybe not the training back building event like we saw over the weekend where, you get underneath one of these, it could have lasted an hour, hour and a half. So impressive rainfall totals. Probably not the situation as we go through this afternoon.
Nope. And then our heat, though, then makes way for more heat because less rain.
Right.
So highs today jumping into the 90s, but then our heat index values. Okay, this is where it gets weird too. Look up McClenny.
Yeah, there's something up.
Something's wrong. We might have to remove McClenny from the map until they get it figured out.
McClenny Keystone, you're not going to have. I think what's happening here is the model is assuming that rain is going to hit and a little bit earlier. So I'm guessing this specific map is set for 4 o'clock, maybe 3, 4 o'clock. So it's assuming 3, 4 o'clock that line from McClenny to Keystone is going to be under showers. So I don't necessarily hate this look, but I think it is in line with the rest of what we call our graph model. So, potentially. But the reason you would be a little bit cooler McClenny Keystone is because you'd be under rain. That's the only saving grace that you'd have. Otherwise, you're going to be right up there in the triple digits with everybody else. And the trend in the temps in the heat index as we get into our afternoon, getting up feeling like 105, 106. We're going to be awfully close. National Weather Service, I keep kind of monitoring. Are they going to do a heat advisory? Are they not? Maybe not today, but I think they've kind of got Tuesday, Wednesday sort of circled as the next potential heat advisories that could have around here, which would trigger a weather impact alert. We like to put those out when heat advisories go out.
And so so just kind of moving ahead to that then. So tonight it's another warm night. We really don't get to cool down in our overnight hours. Very muggy and warm in the 70s. And then tomorrow, moving right back into the 90s, lots of heat. And then, let me just jump ahead because I did have a little tropics update. But don't worry, tropics aren't pressing either. So I think heat is our main story.
Heat's the big story, but we'll say that the tropics quiet potentially the next.
Use a Q word.
Oh, what do we say instead?
Calm,
not quiet. I'm getting shamed from both Lee and Jackson in my ear. I got to learn. The Chiefs got to learn. There's nothing on the tropical map for the next 7 days, so that's good.
Here,
probably beyond 2.
Right
there you
there,
go.
Yep.
Thank you. So they were monitoring the remnants of Arthur, but that's not even a thing anymore. So goodbye.
So goodbye and hello heat.
Hello heat. There's your 7-day forecast, your planner. Each day the afternoon opportunity for a shower. I say opportunity with this. That's another word I'm going to carefully choose, opportunity, because it does help cool us down. And we need all the rain we could get with drought conditions. Don't love the thunderstorm activity, but watch Tuesday, Wednesday, kind of your hottest days, and then into next weekend we're going to get very, very hot.
That's near record heat again, too, by
Yep.
Sunday especially.
Yep. Ooh. So things to watch as we have now officially entered summertime.
All right, so I got a couple of videos here coming up, too.
I want to watch.
So I think we'll take a quick break, and then when we come back, we'll kind of dive into weather around the country and see what's going on.
That is the Protector.
This truck is a beast.
It's got all the tools on it. I love how big the tires are.
And this is going to be able to show you the weather around the First Coast like you've never seen it before.
The Protector really is going to help protect the community.
So you can see what it looks like on the ground. And that allows folks to really take action and do something about it.
And it gives us that edge in continuing to be the most accurate weather team.
Sponsored by HananiaAutos.com.
I'm Keitha Nelson. Good morning, Jacksonville anchor and mom of twins, Journey and Trey. I'm on your side, getting you out the door and off to a great start. Make the move to Good Morning Jacksonville on First Coast News. Weekdays from 4:30 to 9, anywhere you watch.
First Coast Living Live.
Bringing you closer to the tastiest food.
The best shopping.
And family fun.
Woo! Jordan Wilkerson and David Benfield. First Coast Living Live. Weekdays at 11 a.m. only on NBC 12.
We have new details about a heavy police presence in Jacksonville Beach.
Driver fired gunshots along the interstate today, prompting a police chase.
Stream extended coverage on First Coast News Plus.
The First Coast News weather team is here to deliver your most accurate forecast with weather impact alerts to warn you about severe weather and up-to-the-minute information on First Coast News Plus.
The wave of moisture rolls its way on in here.
Our team is the most equipped and experienced to help you prepare and keep you safe.
The First Coast News weather team is always on your side. Stream extended coverage on First Coast News Plus.
My mission is to help you get to where you're going safely. Whether it's helping you beat the backup on 95 or navigating the slowdown on JTB, we've got you covered. Make the move to Good Morning Jacksonville on First Coast News. Weekdays live from 4:30 to 9, anywhere you watch.
Welcome back, everybody. Weather Impact Live. Turner and Lee Southwick with you. And I know you wanted to take us around the world of weather because we're into summer now.
I was about to wish you a happy summer.
Yep, happy summer, happy solstice.
I'm wearing my summer dress. It has little anchors on it. Tried to make it very themed for today.
I'm going to have to bust out my summery tie. I think I've got an anchor tie in there. We'll see.
Well, it'll be fun.
That'll be fun.
All right, so yesterday was the first day of summer.
Yep,
Father's
officially.
Day, very important.
Yep.
But also summer solstice.
Summer solstice is also very important.
And you know where everyone gathers for the summer solstice?
Stonehenge. They go nuts.
Exactly. All right. So thousands obviously gathered there yesterday, Sunday morning, to celebrate the summer solstice. Organizers estimated about 20,000 people came together to watch the sunrise over this prehistoric monument. There's people cheering as the sun came up, marking the longest day of the year in the Northern Hemisphere. Attendees danced, sang, played music, and took a moment to touch the stones, which is usually not allowed during regular visiting hours. Stonehenge is believed to have been constructed between 3000 and 2000. And it's famous for the alignment with the movement of the sun. So during the summer solstice, it rises behind the heel of the stone, just outside the main circle. So we got an expert, Jennifer Wexler, curator of history for English Heritage. Let's listen to what Jennifer had to say.
There's still something so magical about everyone standing in a field and spending an hour waiting for the sun to come up. And having that alignment with the heel stone, which is the stone just outside the circle, is amazing. It's, that goes back over 4,000 years ago. And the fact that we still are coming together today and gathering to celebrate is really a magical experience. It's a way of marking, this time in the year, the light and the return of the sun after a long winter and all that kind of stuff. So it's just a really wonderful time to kind of be together.
Did you notice that they're all wearing long sleeves?
I was just going to say that. She's in a jacket, still cold, still cool. I mean, those British mornings, I'm telling you, you're going to very, 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 very chilly.
Summer. Have you ever been to Stonehenge?
I have.
Me too.
It's pretty awesome.
It is. Yeah.
It's very, very awesome. I guess the summer after my senior year of high school, that was a part of our senior trip.
Oh, that's cool.
It was cool. And when you go at that age, some kids are more mature than others, and others are like me, and you don't like drink it in as much as you really should. So we were probably like goofing off in the field by Stonehenge and trying to take like dramatic photos of ourselves. I was in a band at the time, and I think we were trying to make
get an album cover out of it.
Yeah.
I love that.
So silly. It's so silly. But I've got those photos buried somewhere. But I've been there. How about you? And you said you have too.
I have been there. Do you have any conspiracy theories about it? It all runs wild. We don't know for sure.
I think it was a place where maybe some nefarious things happened. Maybe we had some sacrifice.
Yeah, I could see that.
2,000, 3,000 BC we're saying. So,
yeah.
I mean, probably, some odd ducks. What about you?
I mean, I guess I don't know. I like to think of it more as astronomy, something with the sun and the moon. And
it must be. It has to be because, I mean, if it lines up like it does.
It does, right. Now, sacrifice, I can definitely see that. Back in the day, a long time ago.
Maybe. Who knows? But yeah, interesting stuff. Very, very cool.
Very interesting.
And not only the long sleeves and the jackets, but a lot of people in very unique costume.
That's true. You dress up in costume. And I will say, too, like where I just was, Cape Cod is where I went on vacation. It was chilly there.
Cool in the mornings?
Cool.
Like refreshing?
When I was there the first 2 days, it was cloudy, windy, and just cold.
Oh.
To where I was grumpy because I love a summer beach vacation. Obviously,
Grumpy
I live
Lee.
here for a reason.
Going
and
back
I was
to the witchcraft.
I was like, why would why would anyone pay a lot of money to come here in the summer? It's cold. Like I'm all bundled up. Yeah. But then the sun came out. I was like, oh, this is beautiful. I get it. I get it now. I think I'd go in August when I'm sick and tired of the humidity here. Mm-hmm. That'd be a lovely spot to go.
That would be awesome.
So a little too cold though to celebrate the beginning of summer for
Understood.
me. I love the heat and humidity. I don't love the heat when it comes to fires. So we got a couple of fires to talk about. We're going to start here in Florida. So flames and thick smoke continued to burn across western Miami-Dade as firefighters made slow progress against 3 brush fires. So this was on Friday. Crews spent that time attacking hot spots, even shutting off power in some areas to help contain the flames. The fires forced the closures of the southbound Florida Turnpike between Okeechobee Road and Northwest 41st Street, with officials warning the shutdown could last several hours on Friday. Firefighters have been battling the blazes for nearly a week in obviously dangerous heat, which we've been talking about. About 200 residents had to evacuate earlier last week, and 1 firefighter was injured on Thursday. Hundreds of personnel from Miami-Dade, Broward, and the Florida Forest Service and the National Guard are now working to keep the fires away from homes and businesses, and officials say the best help may come from Mother Nature with the rain chances that increased over the weekend.
I'm just glad we've had a few fires around here. We had that Brantley County fire. That's now completely out. We've had those rain chances. We've had good weekends of afternoon rain. Thing is, though, when we get those thunderstorms going, it's the lightning strikes that kind of have me concerned.
Yeah.
Because we are still in that drought, and things have improved. But, so watching South Florida, and that turnpike, I'm telling you, like such a relief valve for all that bad traffic on 95 when you're getting down that way. And when that part's shut down, I can't imagine what that would have been like. So.
And it was going southbound, too. You think about everyone who heads towards South Florida for the weekend, all of that. Such a mess. There is a worse fire going on, though, in Utah. Have you heard of the Iron Fire?
No.
All right, so this is about the Iron Fire, which, yes, it is in Utah. It's grown nearly 22,000 acres. That was as of yesterday. Several hours earlier, Sunday morning, so this is Sunday midday, but Sunday morning, the fire was just over 13,000 acres. So it just continued to grow throughout the day yesterday. So the burning on the border of I'm probably going to say this wrong, Tuili and Uab counties.
Perfect. I think you nailed it.
Thanks. But what's important to note is that it's 0% contained, according to the Utah fire managers. But luckily, no homes have been lost in the blaze yet, but the nearby town of Eureka remains under evacuation orders. Power to the town in Eureka was also out. It is going to be restored after the safety issues are assessed. And the exact cause of the fire has not been disclosed, but fire officials say it was started by humans. And the federal fire crew that handles complex fires will take command of the firefighting efforts. As of last night, I think they took over. Oh, and
was she about to say
I
something?
think she was, but it's okay.
Okay.
Because it's Utah.
Did we say anything about cause for the Miami fire? Or was that, did they note
Let me?
Man-made? I mean, I would tend to think that's lightning, but
We're Googling it right now.
Especially considering, where kind of it was not a really, populated area where human beings are going off to the side of the road by the interstate. But do they say something? What do they say?
Looks like it was electric car transport. So a truck hauling 6 Teslas caught fire.
Uh-oh. Well, there you go.
And it's so dry. We've got the drought. Everything's just ready to catch fire, unfortunately.
There you go. Yes, fire season continues, but we are kind of getting into that more wet pattern. So, it helps us out with those afternoon storms. That's another benefit. It's our natural air conditioning in the afternoon, but also kind of our fire prevention, too.
It is. All right, you want to talk about something fun?
Yeah, please.
Because it's a Monday, so let's brighten the mood.
Yeah.
We love our sea turtles here. We're on the coast.
More than anything.
So this is called a game-changing tool in the fight to crack down on the unfortunate illegal and lucrative sea turtle trade.
Yeah.
So NBC's George Solis explains the science behind the first-of-its-kind effort that may keep sea turtles from extinction.
Let's see.
Since the time of the dinosaurs, have rightfully earned their reputation as living fossils. Majestic and beloved, they have unfortunately also been the target of significant threats. Among the most significant hazards to populations, habitat loss from pollution and climate change, boat strikes, fishing, and illegal trade. And even with ongoing conservation efforts, 5 of 7 species are threatened with extinction. Over the last 3 decades, more than 1 million marine turtles were illegally exploited worldwide.
It is still alive, it is still intact.
That's where Dr. Chris Madden, a marine scientist with the World Wildlife Fund, comes in.
Whether they're whole turtles, whether they're eggs or their meat or even products themselves. And so we need to be on cautionary absolute standby to know that this is a threat that we need to reduce as much as we can.
About a decade ago, Dr. Madden and her colleague, Dr. Michael Jensen, were in Australia researching turtles when her interaction with a hawksbill turtle, among the most impacted by the illegal turtle trade, inspired a potential species-saving idea.
We knew we could take DNA from wild turtles and tissue samples, but we just didn't know if we could do it with tortoiseshell.
That became the genesis for what would become ShellBank, the world's first and most comprehensive marine turtle DNA database. Researchers can now extract DNA from any turtle source to pinpoint nesting beaches thousands of miles away and learn which populations are most at risk.
We're able to use DNA to be able to understand what turtle populations we have, how they're connected, and how they're being impacted. And so that's a real game changer.
So far, the databank stands at about 20,000 records, with some more being added every month. 38 countries are also looking to get involved, with some governments already using the data to crack down on the illegal trade. WWF also operates a strong buyer beware campaign to educate people what to look for and what to avoid. Wildlife forensic scientist and conservation geneticist Dr. Greta Frankham is among the researchers building up ShellBank.
We can do much more with the sum of it than what we were doing just with our individual research projects.
Helping expose poaching hotspots and trafficking routes is just part of the goal of ShellBank. Researchers say what they can learn about sea turtles may prove invaluable in ongoing efforts to preserve the species for generations to come.
It just really exemplifies or highlights how connected our oceans are and how countries are connected without really even realizing it. We do really need to work cross boundaries and cross borders with other countries to get really useful and powerful outcomes for these turtles.
Dr. Madden looking towards the future and paving a way for sea turtles to fight back.
ShellBank's really trying to provide that limelight for turtles and be a voice for them so that, we can have healthy oceans for the rest of our lives too.
Very cute. And I like that guy's Zoom interview background.
Yes.
With the sea turtles.
You're absolutely right about that.
Need me to get? I need that.
Yeah.
In my catalog. Very cool. You've gone out to our beaches and done some sea turtle nesting stories.
Yeah, more just reminding. I know a lot of our locals here, we know how to help protect the sea turtles. It's the visitors that come in, use our beaches, leave their trash, leaving holes. You know, I know a lot of kids love to dig holes in the sand, and then it traps the turtles, not only the mama, but then when the babies hatch, they can't get out of there.
Yep, it's a problem.
So
fill in your holes, leave no trace, those types of things.
Clean, dark, flat. That's what they like to press. Clean, dark, flat. Clean beach, dark beach, flat beach.
Yep, for sure. One of the coolest things I think I've learned about sea turtles and nesting here on the First Coast was visiting Jekyll and talking to one of their naturalists about the fact that they've tagged turtles over the years, and mama turtles that come back to like almost the same exact spot to nest. So they travel around the ocean and then find their way back to this exact spot. Like it's just ingrained, and I mean an exact spot to within like 100 meters. You know what I mean? Like it's the same thing. It's very, very cool.
And also they don't. I always thought they went out into the ocean, but one thing I learned is that that's what so many of our intercoastal waterway and all that is good for. The babies actually go in until about, I think it's like 2 to 5.
Interesting.
Hang out in like our docks on the intercoastal. So when you see those turtles there, they're a little bit smaller. It's because they're younger.
Yeah.
And then when they're nice and fully grown, they can go back out into the ocean.
Fascinating.
And take it on.
That's good stuff.
Yeah. And that's why all that seaweed that people are mad about on the beaches right now, that helps protect the little babies.
Yeah,
so
it's all.
Need it. All connected.
It's all a purpose. You know what I mean?
All right. You want to wrap it up and look at today's Futurecast?
Yeah. Let's do it one more time. Talk about our rain chances as we get into the afternoon. We'll watch 2-3 o'clock. We'll start listening out, especially Highway 301 to 75, and then 95 corridor, maybe right around that evening commute time. But I'm encouraged by the speed. Everything's going to kind of zip. We got those pretty good westerly winds going to fight back against the Atlantic sea breeze and push everything offshore. So you shouldn't have hours and hours of rain as we go through the rest of our day today.
Yeah, and then rain chances on the lower end again Tuesday and Wednesday, but that means the heat is on. Mm-hmm. Make sure to stay cool out there, guys. I know the drill by now. It is officially summer, but this is some brutal heat on the way, so have to watch out for those heat advisories.
Yep. Make sure you're hydrating early and often. We don't really see a break in the heat, so we're in it now for the duration of the 7-day forecast. Variable rain chances kind of each afternoon. Can't eliminate any given day for those pop-up showers and thunderstorms. Again, another indicator of the season and where we're at right now. So there's your 7-day forecast. We'll be back here streaming live for you at 4:30 this afternoon. Appreciate you as always hanging out with Lee and myself, and we will see you back here a little bit later on this afternoon or this time tomorrow. Take care.